Welcome back to Spiteful Lovers in a Perfect World. And I just had, just before starting this recording, just a random thought. What if the judge of this trial is the judge? Like the actual, same guy, same sprite, he just took the immortality serum. It probably won't be, but that'd be so good. That would be peak, as the kids say. But anyway, last time we started off our little investigation in this room. I'm pretty sure we examined everything we need to... Oh, can I examine this? No. I was wondering if we could examine whatever's... Oh no, that's just the bed leg. I thought there was something hanging off the chair for a second. So we examined the glove dispensers, that sign, the thing. The door has anything separate. A computer. I know it's this bag on the side here, but we're done with that anyway. Anyway, time to present things. I think we already presented the badge. Oh, the glove dispenser. Hey, Mr. Wheaton, I wonder if you could just take those gloves from the wall and wear them yourself. I think those are for the staff. Sure, but nothing's stopping you, right? Cleanliness is very important in hospitals. Don't want to get your hand germs everywhere. Come on, it's right there. What's the harm? I think I'll pass. As long as you're using hand sanitizer instead. This was seriously already depleted when you got here. That's what I said. I don't get it either. You think the hospital will bother to keep their blood packs at full capacity? They do, usually. At the start of every day. I guess you'd know that. Then it disappeared sometime between the day's start and when Mr. Whedon arrived here. Maybe it was just used in an operation of some kind? Nah, that's too simple. Why would anything ever be that simple? Here comes Razor. Oh no, a reason why it would be that simple. I have been epically owned. That's not for me, is it? No, that was given to the patient next door. The one that... Oh, I see. Somewhat frightening to think that what I was clamouring for has caused such a tragedy. Has it changed your mind at all? No, not in the slightest. Of course not. I didn't know the serums were carried in bags until the nurse brought that one in here. I guess the label is useful so you don't lose track of it. They can kill someone after all. It makes sense in hindsight. I haven't been particularly good with shots. That's what you were worried about? It's frivolous, I know. Chances are I wouldn't even feel it. This guy's super not fun to talk to. Am I the weird one here? Who doesn't love talking about death? Pretty sure those give us the same option. I think we presented that last time. Does something different happen for her now that she's... The nurse has been nothing but kind to me this entire time. I truly cannot complain. Yeah, same. This guy? Who's that exactly? He's a detective assigned to the case. Oh, I see. Well, I wish him luck in catching the culprit. I must confess it would be my best interest for the situation to be over quickly, but... So you can go back to dying, I guess. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not so selfish that I put my death above the investigation. I don't want my own death to stand in the way of the detective finding the truth of the tales. If the speed must be sacrificed in the name of accuracy, that is far more preferable than the alternative. I'll tell him you said that. I'm probably wrong. That is a bit of a wild thing to say. Notice anything interesting in this room that might help us out? It's all just a normal hospital equipment, really. Nothing seems out of place. There's this bed, those blood bags, some syringes. Syringes? Yes, in that cabinet over there. I found a whole pile of syringes. Right, I don't see anything weird about that. But considering the victim was killed after being injected by a syringe, I think I might take note of this. You think it could have been used in the murder? Not sure yet. We'll have to do a bit more digging to find out. Syringes added to the court record. An ordinary pile of syringes found in an unlocked cabinet in Whedon's hospital room. What about these then? I hope that my finding these ends up benefiting you in some way. Although I must admit I don't see it being much more than a cluster of ordinary medical utensils. Don't say that. I'm sure it'll help us out in the trial. Maybe. Actually, I'm not sure. I appreciate it anyway, pal. Well, I think that's everything here. How about we go back to Tails' room and show everything we found to this guy. Can you check for prints on this glove dispenser? What? The one in the other room? There aren't any. Did you already check it? No, I just know it to be true because it's a freaking glove dispenser. Who put their grubby mitts on one of those things? And if one did, it wouldn't be important. I guess so. Can you check for prints on this blood pack? Sure thing, cowgirl. No dice. No prints, glove marks, nothing. So whoever depleted the blood from this pack didn't touch it. I should have expected that. This isn't really telling me anything new information. We already tried this one, but... Hey now, I already checked that thing for prints, so I need to do it again. Fair enough. Can you check the prints on these syringes for me? What? All of them? No can do. Besides, if you think one of these was used in the murder, it's probably not there anymore. I doubt the killer would return the syringe to that cabinet after doing something suspicious with it. There will be better ways to dispose of it, I suppose. Can you check the prints on this bag I found in the other room? Bag? Singular? Is that the only one? Well, I do remember Ophelia carrying 2 bags at one point. I'd recommend you find another one first. Don't want to check an incomplete set of bags. Fair enough, I suppose? I didn't actually remember that, but... Mind taking a look at this syringe in the room next door? No prob, just give me a sec. No prints, glove marks though, so that's something. I'll take it. How many? Just one set, nothing crazy. That said, I don't think Ophelia ever touched this, since she never got to administer Whedon's serum. So these glove marks definitely don't come from her. Whedon's syringe updated. It has exactly one set of glove marks on it. Well, we can leave now. Thales General Hospital. September 22nd. Thales General Hospital. Waiting room. You're telling me something like that really happened? Why didn't they tell me when I applied for the job? I know, right? This scandal is completely insane. What are those guys talking about? Hey, Sophie, someone's here. Hey, it's your brother's student. Little, Ollie. Right, that's it. Who are you guys? I heard some scary noises earlier. That wasn't you, was it? What, the screaming? No, that was a nurse. Look, something really bad happened earlier and, Hey, Ollie. We're Mr. Whedon's friends. I know that shout was scary, but we're looking into it. We might need your help, too. Would you be okay with telling us anything that might be useful? Wow, she's so much better with kids compared to me. Hey, I remember you. I've seen you with Mr. Whedon before. Okay, I'll help you guys. Cute. But first... Seems like this patient is just leaving. Good for them. We really haven't invented anything better than crutches in the last 500 years. Anything else worth examining? It's like, yeah, this hospital room does look like one from 500 years ago. Nothing really changed. Even this guy, you know, it's the same guy that's always been there. Oh, we have our Paper Mario music here that I always appreciate. It's shiny! What is it? That's my badge. Really? It looks like a cookie. Are you sure I can't eat it? I'm pretty sure. Gotta wear gloves so the patient doesn't get sick. That's what Miss Ophelia told me. If you spread your germs around, the patient might catch them, and we don't want that. Would these gloves even fit you? They come in a small size too. I think these ones would. Must be some small gloves if they fit a child. I don't like looking at blood. But I know you gotta have it around to help the patients, so it's okay. What don't you like about it? It's scary, obviously. No one's supposed to get hurt, but blood means someone did. I don't want anyone to suffer at all. That's not how the world's supposed to work. No one can tell the world how to function. Sorry, Ollie. At least you can say that out loud. What's that? Actually, probably not a good idea to show it to him. Damn. I don't know how grown-ups do it. Get shots, I mean. They hurt. Only for a little bit, and then the pain just fades away, like everything else. That's true, and it's important you get them so you don't get sick. That's what my mom told me. I still haven't gotten the super important injection yet. I gotta wait a little while for that. He must be talking about the immortality serum. You think? That's a weird bag. What's inside? Well, nothing right now. Then maybe you should put something cool inside. It could even be a surprise, like a birthday present. Wouldn't that be awesome? Guess you're still at that age where birthdays aren't a nuisance. What if I put a plush bunny inside? That wouldn't be a very good gift. I already have one. I know. Who's that for? Probably shouldn't show him the thing that was designed to kill his teacher. Me. Hey, what do you think? Do I look like a responsible grown-up to you? You've got a fancy yellow suit, so yeah. Ah, how appearances deceive. If only that was all it took to be considered an adult. I've been alive for over a century and a half, and I still don't know what I'm doing with my life. You've got a pretty fancy suit yourself, Holly. Really? Do I look like a grown-up? Of course. Woohoo! I'm just like your fancy yellow suit friend. How do you know Mr. Whedon? I just know I see you together a lot. I'm his little sister. Wow, you guys are related? That's so cool. I don't have any siblings. I'm an only child. Did your parents not feel like having any other kids? Maybe, or maybe just not yet. They'd have all the time in the world, after all. Oh, so subject to his parents. Maybe that's why he's so attached to Mr. Whedon. This guy looks weird. I've never seen anyone that looks like that before. Come on, that's not a nice thing to say about someone. Sorry, but why does he look like that? Is it a medical condition? No, he's just old. Old? But Mr. Whedon's like 2 billion years old and he doesn't look like that. Kids will liken anyone older than them to crude oil, it seems. Well, this guy's 5 billion years old, before the immortality serum even existed. So he got the brunt of the natural effects of aging that everyone else got to skip. Oh, I see. Thanks for explaining it to me. Wait a minute. Ollie knows Ophelia somehow, doesn't he? Why don't you go and see how Miss Ophelia is doing? I'm sure she could use a hand with her work. Right, I will. Goodbye, Mr. Whedon. Thank you for everything. Ollie, you wouldn't happen to have been hanging out with a nurse at all recently, have you? Oh, you mean Miss Ophelia? Yeah, she's awesome. Thought so. Can you tell me about that? You're Mr. Whedon's student, right? What's his class like? It's cool. We mostly just read books and write responses. I like reading, so I like his class. Ah, kindred spirit. One of us. One of us. One of... Mr. Whedon's the best in the whole world. Not just when he's teaching his class. He gives me advice outside of it too. He's awesome. And yet he... Yeah, I'm sure he is. I saw this guy head over to the patient's rooms earlier. What's he doing there? He's a detective. He's I mean, he's a patient like anyone else. What else would he be doing there? Hey, I can tell you're lying. Normally I'm way better at it. You let my guard down. Mr. Whedon teaches your class, right? Yeah, he's so awesome. Whenever I get stuck with the reading, he helps me out. He's so nice. Do you want to be a teacher when you grow up? Yeah, no. What was that pause for? Mr. Whedon's so cool when he's helping me, but I want to help people in other ways. So it's not the teaching itself, but the helping he's a fan of. Be careful what you choose. Your decision might end up affecting hundreds of years of your life. I know. Do you though? Or do you just think you know? In this world where lifetimes last forever, childhood feels so short. But he's not even thinking about that. He doesn't know, or care. After this, life becomes monotony, yet he looks forward to that, shunning the uniqueness of youth. Did you know what you were going to be when you grew up when you were a kid? Huh? Let me think. I just realized, I don't remember anything from my childhood. Has time really passed me by that quickly? Have I lost that part of me? It's funny, or maybe I just don't know what else to do with a laugh. You don't have like photos, you don't have even videos, because you would have had videos. I mean, I'm always going to have these videos. I want to look back on myself, not really my childhood, but my early adulthood. Sophie, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. To answer your question, Ollie, I did know what I wanted to be when I grew up. That was scary. Oops. You know, that revelation just now should have been a lot for me to handle. But for some reason, I just don't care. Very interesting. You know, I want to be a nurse when I grow up. Didn't expect that one, I'll be honest. Or at least work in the hospital. I like helping people. I mainly came here to visit Mr. Whedon, but I thought I could also try to learn how to be a nurse, so I asked Miss Ophelia if it was okay. She taught me lots of cool stuff, like how blood transfusions work. You had to sound that out. How old is this kid again? That's amazing, Ollie. What did you learn? Okay, there's 4 main blood types. O, A, B, and AB. O can give to anyone, but only receive itself. AB can receive from everyone, but only give to itself. A can give to itself and AB. It can receive from itself and O. B is the same way. If your blood type is positive, you can receive from both positive and negative blood types. If it's negative, you can only receive other negatives, but you can give to both. If you get an incompatible blood type, you can get all kinds of nasty side effects. Like chills, fever, and vomiting. That's no good. Wow, that's incredible. You're well on your way to becoming a nurse already. Thank you. How long were you with Ophelia? Before I visited Mr. Whedon, I was with her for a bit while she was dealing with some serums. Probably the death and immortality serums intended for Mr. Whedon and Dr. Tails. After I left, I was with her for a little while too, but not very long. If he was with Ophelia while she was handling the serums, he'll probably be called as a witness. Not sure how to feel about that. Well, I think that's pretty much everything we can do with him, so should we go to the detention center? We'll go to the library later. The September 22nd detention center visitors room. Yeah, because we really should talk with the defendant first, before we get too ahead of ourselves. Ophelia. The slang! Paula, what are you doing here? We came to see you, of course. How are you feeling? I've made a terrible mistake. Mistake? You heard the detective, did you not? I administered Dr. Thales' medication, and less than a minute later, his heart stopped. It was an accident. It's still medical negligence. I don't believe it. What? We've known each other nearly 50 years. I know you'd never hurt anyone. You're the most diligent and hard-working nurse I've ever met. I believe in your innocence. My chest feels tight. But I... We're here to help. You remember that Sophie's a defense attorney, right? She's gonna take your case. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why don't you start by telling us your side of the story? Right, I can do that. Whenever you're ready. But first, I don't think that God has moved at all since we arrived. He's actually not moved at all in 500 years. Is he even still alive? Somehow that didn't answer my question. Smile for the camera. Let's present some stuff. Thanks again for doing all this for me. Hey, Ophelia, look at me. I would never abandon you. Ever. You got that? Can you say those words and repeat to me forever? Thanks. Thank you, Paula. And you, Sophie, since you're the one actually defending me and all. No problem. Consider it repaying the favour I owe you. What favour? Don't worry about it. It's important to wear gloves while tending to the patients. Spreading your germs around is no good after all. So I assume you were wearing gloves while tending to Thales? Yes! Though not before then. If you wear the same set of gloves for too long, they can pick up just as much bacteria. I see. I'm beginning to see a timeline of when Ophelia used these gloves now. Out of curiosity, did you ever use the blood from this blood pack in an operation today? Huh? I didn't know. If you're wondering why it's half depleted, maybe one of the other doctors or nurses used it? Though I'll admit, I did find it a bit strange walking into Mr. Whedon's room with it being like that. When did you notice it wasn't full? I don't remember. Sorry. Well, that's unfortunate. So it says blood type B+, we'll have to work out what blood type Thales is. See if my hypothesis of transfusion gone wrong is. My current theory is this kid swapped the immortality serum because he didn't want this guy to get the death serum. So he must have made a blood serum to give to Igor Thales as like, I don't know. It's a clumsy theory so far, but we'll get more information and hopefully clear it up. How could I botch this operation so terribly? Relax, Ophelia, it wasn't you. Thank you for saying that, but... I guess we all have our doubts, huh? Except Paula. I believe in your innocence, Ophelia, so you should too. I'm glad I have you two around. We have to make use of them relatively often, so we keep a stockpile. I guess that explains why there were so many in that cabinet. Well, it's better than running out at a critical time for patient. I suppose you wouldn't notice if one or two went missing, in that case. No, we probably wouldn't. That's about what I thought. These bags are extremely important to make sure we don't lose track of the serums. They carry very dangerous materials, the death serum and the immortality serum. We don't want them falling into the wrong hands or given to the wrong patient. But that ended up happening anyway, didn't it? Yes. So much for all those precautions. I'm sorry I couldn't take care of your brother today, Paula. It's not your fault. Things happened. You had to attend to Thales first. That's just the way the schedule worked out, isn't it? Almost by pure chance, yes. If things worked out just a little differently. There's no guarantee it would have been safe. We don't know what really happened with that syringe. Whatever happened that led to Dr. Thales' death, none of us could have predicted it. I suppose there really was no winning, was there? That said, I don't know. Something about all this just feels too intentional. Was it really just chance that Thales was scheduled to receive his serum before Mr. Whedon? That's why I was thinking, what if Whedon himself chose that particular time? Because he wants to mess with it. So these are my my top two suspects. The top two suspects happen to both be really nice guys. But I don't think it was either of these. I don't think it was her. I don't think it was him. So that's all I've got. I don't think it was suicide either. Anyway. You have really nice hair, Miss Lang. It's so shiny and silky. What's your secret? Well, I mean, I do use tea tree oil shampoo. It's really great for thick hair. It's a really weird thing to spring on your lawyer out of the blue, though. Oh, maybe I should try it sometime. Yeah, sure. Is she trying to cheer me up or something? How idealistic. I don't buy it. No one's that pure, right? You must be hiding something. Random observation, you're sure prone to distrust people who are nice to you. To me? No, just in general. Why do you think to add that specificity? Is she? I didn't notice that. I guess Palom's better at reading me than most. It's true that you and Pally used to be co-workers, right? Can you tell me what that was like? Sure. Is it important to the case? Extremely vital. This is a lie. I'm asking because I don't have an obsession. Don't worry. She was always very kind, both to the patients and the staff. Though I noticed not usually very agreeable towards authority. You know, usually when you gossip about someone, you do it behind their back. Cheeky. Oh, but don't worry, this might be important to the case, because I said so. I feel like we should probably be looking into the actual relevant parties more than me. Ah, but you are a relevant party. You and I discovered the scene, didn't we? But Pala isn't actually important to the mystery, is she? No, I'm joking. Obviously, Pala didn't do anything that impacted the facts of the case. Now you tell me. The hospital itself is named after Dr. Thales, isn't it? That's right. He really did a lot to contribute to the medical field, our hospital specifically. Which is why it's even more of a shame that he's gone. There are some rumours that his contributions weren't all that upstanding, though. A lot of the time, it seemed like he acted more in his own self-interest than any altruistic gesture. Uncharacteristic for the inventor of immortality. Perhaps. This doesn't really do anything to answer why the hospital is named after him, though. I figured he just made a bunch of donations. Is that close? Yeah, you're right on the money. Pardon the pun. Follow the money, it never lies. That's a bit of a simplistic view of things, isn't it? Especially the healthcare system. Money is simple. How do you think like that? He's the best kind of patient. The kind I feel like I could talk to for hours on end. It can be a little weird chatting with those who've decided to take the death serum. Glad we agree on that front. But the breadth of knowledge they hold is so vast, I'm enraptured every single time. There's a special kind of wisdom you can only receive from someone like him. Someone who's looked at the long life they've lived and decided that even though it's sad, it's better for it to end sometime. There's a word for it, suicide, but that carried a much heavier meaning in the past, didn't it? All death has to happen eventually, and all death has to happen on the person's own terms. So suicide is just a part of how society works now. See, this is exactly the kind of waxing poetic that people like him provide. It's hard not to get thinking about heavy topics around them. But that can be a good thing, sometimes. Maybe with a bit more moderation than I have, though. Then you have to have, you mean? trying to read ahead of a sentence and in English and trying to work out which parts to stress for certain meanings. It's difficult sometimes. Mr. Whedon noticed something interesting when I walked into his room. You and Ollie are familiar? His red-headed student, you mean? Yes, we know each other. I suppose I tutored him for a little while, but I don't have much to say about that. Perhaps I would be better served asking the little guy himself. Oh, that jerk! Who does he think he is? Hey, relax. He was just doing his job. Still, kinda sucks though. You're right, it sucks. And I'm in prison here on a hunch. Before he even started to really investigate anything. It's unfair. What a stroke of terrible luck. This probably won't make you feel any better, but even a more competent officer probably would have arrested you at some point anyway. The death does seem pretty stacked against you, I'll admit. Not on Cole's fault specifically. Well, thank you for trying, I guess. I don't think I was trying at all, actually. What happened? Until that moment, I was having a normal shift. My specific work changes from day to day, but the gist is that I attend to patients and emergencies as they come up through my shift. So I don't really know where to start. It's okay, you can take your time. Had you been in to see Dr. Thales at all before the incident? Just once, right after I met with the two of you in the hallway. But it was just to drop off the immortality serum, that's all. Dr. Thales was sleeping, so... And you didn't go back into his room until it was all time for the serum? Yes, I had plenty of patients to tend to today, including Mr. Whedon. Oh, I do hope the officials will let him rest soon. We can only hope. If what you did was drop off the serum, doesn't that mean someone tampered with it? Hey, if we do find him guilty, is his punishment going to be to not die? You want to die, you want the death penalty, but so we're going to give you the living penalty. You will live for the rest of your life. Ha 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 ha. No. What's the matter with her? How much do you know about the immortality serum, Miss Line? I've read a few books about its creation, but I don't know much about the chemical composition. Okay, I can start there. That could be interesting, but we're going to talk about your defense first. Ophelia, I want to take your case. You're serious about that? Oh, thank you. I saw how you treated your patients earlier. You're definitely not capable of murder. And I don't think you're careless enough to do this by accident, either. So I'll help you however I can, if you'll let me. Of course I will. Any friend of Pala is a friend of mine. Perfect. In that case, can I have you sign here? What is this? Just a document showing you'll let me be your defense attorney. The detective won't let me investigate without it. Ah, I see. In that case, I'll just sign here. And it's done. Thanks for this. Defense request added to the court record. I should show this to Detective on call so I can investigate the crime scene. I'm the one who should be thanking you for taking the time to do this for me and all. Hey, where else is a lawyer supposed to find work? Do you have anything to say about it? I hope this helps you. Yeah, hopefully that particularly stubborn detective will finally budge with this. Normally the immortality serum is bright red. We keep it in clearly labelled vials and containers all the time. So it's bright red, which is the same colour as blood. So if my theory about Ollie being the one who switched it is right, then not that he was trying to kill anyone. I'm thinking now that someone else might have messed with it as well, but that he specifically just wanted to swap. Actually, I'm not really sure how that would work. Because if you want, well, maybe we'll find out what the death serum's color is. Oh no, this is Whedon's syringe. Yeah, it's red. So if all of them are red, then maybe he was trying to switch out a red serum for a red serum, but a different red serum for Whedon. And then maybe it was an accident then. Working theory, he was trying to save Whedon. He swapped the immortality serum for blood. The immortality serum that was supposed to go to Igor Thales, and because of this blood type of whatever blood he was using, being B+, now he knew about the blood type, so that's why there's a bit of doubt in that theory. Just gonna take a quick drink. Anyway, even the bags we transport the syringes in are properly marked. That makes enough sense. You wouldn't want it getting mixed up. A red liquid, huh? However, if the serum is ever oxidized, it immediately becomes clear. Our containers are airtight, so this would only happen if the syringe is damaged or improperly handled. So I guess that proves it then. It has a tiny hole in the barrel, and it's still red, meaning that it can't be the immortality serum. I'm wondering if the death serum has the same thing then, because she's talking about the immortality serum right here. So we know this syringe absolutely can't be the immortality serum. This is a tiny hole in the side of it and only a small amount of red liquid. This also can't be the immortality serum then. Because even that small amount would have been oxidized and become clear. Okay, I think I follow you so far, but I'm not sure what it has to do with your case. Actually, I know where she's going with this. Do you think that Thales' serum was oxidized? Yes, and that's a problem because of the death serum. It's clear. Like the immortality serum, it's always labelled and in the airtight containers. Oh, so the death serum is clear. And the death serum turns red after oxidation. Ah. So maybe this could be death serum. It's got a hole in it. Or it could be blood. We just don't know with this one. And this one, this could be oxidized death serum, or it could be blood. Interesting. But we absolutely know that this can't be death serum, and this could be. Red like the immortality serum. Exactly. Hopefully I remember all this for the trial, because it's definitely going to be important then. It's true that the time it takes for the death serum to fully oxidize can vary wildly. Based on environmental factors, between 10 minutes and an hour, it's still very dangerous. You necessitate the utmost precaution to ensure neither serum is ever oxidized. But it's my fault, it has to be. After you left Mr. Whedon's room, I checked to make sure everything was in order for his treatment, and that's when I saw it. Saw what? The syringe in his room contained red liquid. I thought I'd mixed up the two serums, so I rushed over to Dr. Thales' room, so I could administer his dose of immortality serum. But then, Dr. Thales... Ophelia. I thought I put the syringes in the wrong bags. I thought I could fix everything if I swapped them. Ah. And because of my carelessness, a man died. I see. So the red serum... She thought it was I see. She thought... Hold on, so she thought... Because this is red liquid, and red is the colour of the immortality serum. She thought that this was immortality serum, but it was probably blood. Because it's got a hole in it. That's my working logic. Because what you saw in Mr. Whedon's room was actually the oxidized death serum. Yes. That's... Causes a painless death within seconds of being injected into the bloodstream. A clear liquid that turns red upon oxidation, which can take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour to occur. Immortality Serum. Taken centennially, this serum extends life without limit. A red liquid that turns clear near instantly upon oxidation. Psst! Sophie! Over here! What is it? I know how this sounds, but something about her explanation doesn't sit right with me. I know Ophelia. She's extremely careful with her work. I think you were right earlier. I think someone else tampered with the serums. It really does sound like a case of medical negligence. Even Ophelia thinks she's at fault for Theos' death. But Carla's convinced otherwise, so shouldn't I believe in her too? I want to trust her. I'll give her the defense my all. Presenting serums. I feel like hospitals took on a different meaning once these were introduced. It's definitely a little bizarre. Going to a place of healing to die. On purpose, I mean. Doctor and executioner almost mean the same thing now. Don't be so morbid. Death is a kind of healing too when you live for so long. It's definitely not why I became a nurse though, I'll admit. I find much more satisfaction in fixing people's injuries and illnesses. Help people back on their feet, rather than, you know, it's admirable. I can understand it in any case. The death serum weirds me out. Ah, thank you. I'm always happy to help extend people's lifespans. It makes me feel needed. Is there any reason this has to be administered in hospitals? Feels just like any other drug. Can't a pharmacy just give it out or something? I don't think that would be a very good idea. One thing we've realised about this world where life lasts so long is that memory really doesn't. Getting people to remember to take their centennial dose of serum would be way too much to ask. I couldn't think of it. I think Mr. Whedon said something similar. Our fragile minds weren't made to hold centuries of memories. True, but hopefully that's something we can fix with enough effort. We already cheated death. Now we're gonna cheat memory loss too? Yeah, why not? Genuinely. Well, let's go to the library. Let's go and read some books. Or probably just chat up the librarian again. Gold Quill Public Library. Well, we're back here again. Ugh, after all that panicking at the hospital, I needed a breather. This seems like a good place for that. We both know it pretty well. What say we use this time as a headquarters of sorts? Sounds good to me. We can stay here while we sort through everything. Right, in that case, what's our first order of business? Please return the books within 2 to 3 weeks of when you borrowed them. I think this is a different dialogue. I still can't believe people used to get fined for not returning books. Right? It sounds like one of those disturbing late-night movie concepts. The world used to be a very strange place. I still think it's strange. Running the books here will be helpful for our case. Sideline futures, paint ghosts over everything. I'm pretty sure Sideline Futures is a CodingAnt case. I haven't played it yet. Paint Ghosts Over Everything is a case by Sparrow, which I have played, and I really enjoyed it. The Beginner's Guide to Gaslighting Strangers on the Internet. Maybe I'm in the wrong section. I don't know about that last one. Pal's job is so enviable. She's going to sit back and read books all day. Maybe I should retire and do the same thing alongside her. Or I could convince her to work with me. Nah, that'd never happen. What to do? Where should we go now? Now we have this document, why don't we investigate the crime scene? Do you think the detective will finally let us? They said they would, didn't they? True, may as well try. Any ideas? Do you have any idea how the crime might have been carried out? You know how Ophelia told us when the death serum oxidizes it turns red? Yeah, the same color as the immortality serum, which is why she thought she mixed them up. I think someone tampered with it. Someone must have purposefully messed with the serum's colors. You mean someone exposed the death serum to air on purpose? Exactly, or something like that anyway. I have a feeling you're onto something there. But at the same time, how feasible would a plan like that be? Would the killer have had to employ some other measures to ensure it worked properly? Did we already ask this, or...? Yeah, that was the question we asked this. Your badge is looking a little dull. What? But I always polish it before I go out. Cute. Huh? Here, let me just... There, good as new. Vital signs. Failing. These were a mainstay even when I was a nurse. Even with immortality on the table, sanitation's a must. Makes sense to me, I'd be worried if that wasn't a concern. Hooray for common sense. What's your brother's blood type? AB+, same as me. I wonder if blood types can be measured for compatibility. Maybe we'll do with star signs. Wow, that's actually a thing in Japan. I don't know my own blood type actually. I've never had to do anything involving blood, so I've had no reason to get it tested. So God forbid if I ever need a quick transfusion, I'll just have to use the universal donor. So having B+ blood in his room isn't an immediate red flag, but there was no reason for Brighton to be receiving a blood transfusion. Something to keep in mind, I guess. But how could a half-empty blood pack be relevant to our case? Ah, she doesn't see yet. What I see. What I see isn't that much, but it's theories. Ophelia wouldn't kill anyone. Whatever happened in that room, it wasn't her fault. I just know it. We'll prove her innocence, Paula, together. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I just hope my confidence is misplaced. Standard issue syringes, nothing odd about that. But for that exact reason, it'd be possible one of them was used in a murder. Do you think so? Not sure. I could be thinking about it the wrong way too. Did a hospital use these kind of bags when you worked there? Of course. Safety first, you know. Though I guess in this case it didn't help too much. No kidding. Still though, my brother didn't get his dose just yet. Soon though. Do you think he's doing okay? I don't think I got a good read on him. Is he so content with existence that you leave it all behind? Honestly, it's hard to say. Brian can be kind of odd. Kind of? I hope the doctors don't keep him too much longer. I know he's tired. Though, it's at the police's discretion now. Death suit. I wonder if it's really as painless as everyone thinks. Only one way to find out. Kidding. There have been a lot of studies in the death serum. It starts with a numbing agent, then it puts you to sleep. And then it stops your heart. Extremely gentle. And yet, I still find myself wondering. How long do you think you'll want to live? That's a good question. 300 years, I think. Maybe 350. I'll let you know. So it's still quite a long time, although, you know, we have some people who, I mean, he's close to it. He's building on it. I would just try and live as long as possible, to be honest. I would never take a death serum to go out, you know. I don't really care about dying on my own terms. I would just, you know, try and live as long as possible. What would, leave this in the comments if you want, but like, what would you do if you had immortality, this immortality serum? I think I would try and learn every language, and then consume every piece of media, which means, you know, it pretty much never ends because new media is always getting produced. Whether it's books, TV shows, films, video games, what have you. Play every race in the online case, definitely. That's doable. Anyway. There's a lot of things I want to do, but I don't need all of eternity. I don't know, I'm still young. I'll see how I feel about it when I'm older. That's a smart response. She's still young, but she'd be the oldest person on Earth right now. What about you? How long do you want to live? I'd like to say something along the lines of, as long as you do, but could I do it? Would she be enough to sustain me? I'm too empty. Sophie! I haven't decided either. That's technically the truth, right? Was that from presenting her? Yeah, I've always wondered, what happened to your eye? Actually, well, I'm going into profiles. I think I didn't present all the evidence down. I think I didn't present the until this summit. It's quite a grim tale, but every story has this chapter in the desert, the long slide between the kingdoms and the wilderness. You learn things, you left to your own devices, you run for something larger than yourself. What? I crashed my bike as a kid while camping with my parents and landed in a ditch. Messed up my whole left side. I was in the hospital for a good month after that. Maybe that's why I originally went into nursing. I'm really glad you weren't hurt any worse. How long do you think you want to live? Oh no, yeah, we did ask this. No. Well, we didn't present this. Let's go shove this document in the detective's face. He can't stop us from investigating now. Right, let's go. But first, more profiles. You have such a nice smile, Sophie. It always lights up the room. I think I'm going to cry. You look nice when you cry, too. What? Nothing. Hello, 911. I'd like to report my own murder. When will these two just get it over with and kiss? I can't believe he's dead. Me either. He literally pioneered immortality. Part of me thought he'd genuinely live forever. I don't know what he would have done with more years on this planet. We'll never know. So, you and Ophelia. She's a good friend. Why am I reading in the wrong voices? So, you and Ophelia. She's a good friend. I trust her. We've got to prove her innocence. Of course, but I meant more like, you two seem really close, especially since you haven't been a nurse for a long time. So I thought, maybe you two, at some point... Sophie, are you jealous? What? Yes! Our friendship has always been of the platonic variety, if that's what you're asking. Ophelia's engaged anyway. You don't have a chance with her. What? Just teasing. What the heck just happened? So, after this case is over, I imagine your brother will finally get the rest he wants. Yeah. What? If he isn't the culprit. Are you okay with that? I mean, he's the only family you have left and all. I have mixed feelings. He's a great man, and I would prefer not to lose him if possible. But I don't want to overstep my bounds by denying him his peace. I might have come across as a little braver about the whole situation earlier. That was a facade. The same facade I put up when both of our parents decided to take the death serum. Holla. Truth is, I'm terrified. Terrified of being alone, I mean. But you won't be. I'll be right here every step of the way. Trust me. Thank you, Sophie. Sorry, I got a little too sappy there. Don't apologize. It's good that you're opening up. That sounds fake, but I mean it. My brother's student. I've met a lot of them over the years. To be honest, they all kind of blend together for me. That's fair. Mr. Whedon's been a teacher for how long? Might be a century now. Must be really passionate about his job to do the same thing day in and day out for 100 years. But I guess no one really picks a job they don't care for anymore. Ollie in particular I know almost nothing about. He certainly seems attached to your brother. That describes a lot of his pupils, but Ollie is perhaps a step above them in that department. Just goes to show what a great teacher he is. What an asshole! Arresting Ophelia with next to no evidence? Could be worse, at least he's, like, competent. Not that I love to admit this, but he makes a convincing argument. It will be hard to refute it in court. That was an oversight, I guess. At least we didn't get stuck with the kind of detective who would give us an outdated autopsy report. Instead, we got one who was giving us no autopsy report to speak of. He's just waiting for the coroner to do their thing. True, but why are you defending him anyway? Trust me, as a defense attorney, I've been stuck with a lot of terrible detectives. He's honestly a breath of fresh air, even if that fact only makes the case against Ophelia stronger. I getcha, you've been doing this stuff for decades. You'd see the worst of the worst. As of now, he's the only detective I've ever met, so I guess that's why I have a worse reaction. Solid theory. Now, if only our theories but the case could be that feasible. Well, let's get going now. Do you want to see some more stuff? I think, we already showed him all this. What about the death serum? Why does this even exist? I hate it! The death serum? Why would anyone want to die? I don't get it. Mr. Whedon said life and death is symbiotic, but I don't care. You shouldn't have to stop existing. You'll understand when you're older. It is a horrifying thing to say in this scenario. Fear of death isn't something you grow to come to terms with. In 11 years, I get to take this for the first time. In 11 years, you get to experience the crushing existential dread for the first time. 25, I guess, was the year they first take it. I mean, with the exception of him, because his he's 576. He obviously took it for the first time when he was 76. Everyone else must have been taking it from when they were 25, so he's taking it next year. And then taking it every century. Surely this is a universal experience that everyone has. You're more than halfway there. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, once I do that, I'm finally ready to be an adult. For the next however many centuries of your life, hope you don't miss childhood. God, this character, Sophie, you are such a pessimist. Pessimist, a hopeless romantic. She's got it all. Good news, we had to go ahead to help Miss Ophelia out. Also, side note, I love that we can present everything to everyone because this is my favourite thing to do. Oh, what does she need help with? Just some medical things, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, tell her I said hi. I probably won't do that. No, because we've already seen her. We're done with her. Let's go to Whedon's room. I think we already showed him everything so far except. I suppose it was about my time, not much to it really. Listen man, I'm gonna tell you, you talk about death extremely nonchalantly. I had to come to terms with it at first, and everything else came naturally. My view is not an abnormal one. Death in this day and age is a choice. Tragedies like the one next door are rare, so death isn't so morbid to people these days. Losing people you love still hurts, but you must acknowledge the choice they made. But sometimes death can be both a choice and a tragedy. This is true, and I hope we can build a world where such events are no more. That would be a real utopia. Immortality Serum? It served me well for a time, though I hardly remember the last time I took it. They take it every year when they're 25, and he would have taken his 61 years ago. And that would be his 61 years ago would have been his third time taking it. I want to say that was 60 odd years ago, perhaps. The real miracle of the immortality serum is if you don't have to take it so frequently. I've never been a fan of shots. Well, I mean, even if someone's not a fan of shots, one every year is one every 100 years for immortality. I think you take that. The defendant in this case I'm taking is that nurse that was attending to you. Oh dear, I suspect Miss Ophelia. Yes, but good news, she agreed to let me defend her. That is good news. I'm certain you'll be able to prove her innocence. I've not known her for so long, but I get the impression she wouldn't hurt to fly. I think you're probably right about that. Not on purpose anyway. Anyway, we'll present the defense request next time, but I want to present the other things that we found. But I think we presented all that already, so it's just we'll get his opinion of death soon. We heard about the murder weapon of sorts from my client. Apparently, when exposed to air, it turns the same color as the immortality serum. So she probably thought she was given the right one, eh? Yeah, so she's not responsible? Not so fast, cowgirl. These serums were under her purview the whole time, yeah? She's responsible for any oxidization that may have happened without her realizing. Figured that wouldn't work. Negligence is much harder to defend against than murder. We'll find a way, right, Sophie? Sure. The victim was supposed to be given this instead, but some deadly mix-up that just occurred then. They should be easy to tell apart. This one's got a green cap, the other one's got a red cap. It's not simple once they're actually in the syringes themselves. From there, the only way to tell them apart is by colour, and that seems to be fairly malleable. If the nurse had just kept a better eye on them, this wouldn't have happened. I know hospital staff tend to be overloaded at times. She had more than just one patient. Sure, but negligence is negligence no matter which way you slice it. Well, that's everything apart from examining the scene. So we'll do that next time. This was a productive episode, even if nothing really noticeable happened apart from more existential crises. And a bit of knowledge on oxidization of serums. But I hope you enjoyed anyway, and I hope you look forward to next time, where we'll be able to find out some more about this murder scene. Well, it's so far just an accident scene, but we think it's a murder scene. But anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.